17 days to go until Decision Day.
If Latinos turned out to vote, there would be 36 million Latinos who would vote this year.
And how Latino votes come into play, our DC bureau is live. Swifties are ready to shake it off.
We all had our computers lined up and everything.
Caplin News is live with the preparations underway for the mastermind takeover. And a silent crisis.
It's more like jail, to me, from being incarcerated, it's just like going back to jail.
Out on the streets of South Florida, these stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Benjamin Cure.
And I'm Dylan Bazay. Today is Friday, October 18th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Latinos and Latinas voiced their choice in the upcoming presidential election. FIU is playing a role in tracking its trends at the polls.
Caplin News DC Bureau reporter Grecia Pacheco is live in Washington, D.C. with an update on the Hispanic vote. Good morning, Grecia. What are you hearing on the ground?
Good morning. The Latino vote is becoming more and more important as this community continues to grow. Yesterday, FIU in D.C. hosted an event where I could speak with political experts from both parties about this community. Let's take a look.
The most problematic is that we even get them to register, right? But then they don't turn out to vote.
Said FIU Professor Eduardo Gamarra, who is a political strategist and director of the Latino Public Opinion Forum at FIU. This initiative tracks public opinion trends of major Latino groups in the U.S.
If Latinos turned out to vote, there would be 36 million Latinos who would vote this year.
For example, in 2020 election, of the 30 million Latinos registered, only over a half cast their ballots. To better understand this behavior, the FIU Latino Public Opinion Forum will release on November 1st a Latino poll focused on swing states, but Professor Gamarra was able to share some early findings.
Latinos tend to like Donald Trump, and women tend to favor the Democrats, tend to identify much more as liberals.
FIU in Washington, D.C. hosted a panel of bipartisan experts to discuss campaign strategies. Liana Farnese from the National Republican Campaign Committee and Brad Baumbaum from White House for Harris shared their candidates' campaign views on these findings.
I don't think that there has been a real understanding of what is going through the minds of Latin men when it comes to things like strong leadership and what it actually means to a family that has come from someplace else.
Pro-faith, pro-family message is going to resonate, especially with Latino women, and it's not something that really, sadly, Kamala Harris can come close to.
As the election gets closer, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump joined Univision to speak with undecided Hispanic voters, Trump in Miami and Harris in Nevada. Both appearances seem to be part of the fierce battle to win Latino vote before the November 5th election. Reporter for Caplin News in Washington, D.C., I'm Grecia Pacheco.
As our nation's capital concerns itself with Harris and Trump, here in South Florida, this weekend is all about Taylor Swift.
Caplin News reporter Alejandro Marquina is live at Hard Rock Stadium, where Swifties are gathering tonight for the first of 3 concerts. Tell us more, Alejandro.
Well, guys, we're here at Hard Rock Stadium, where in just a couple of hours, Taylor Swift will be performing in what's going to be one of the biggest concerts in the stadium's history. Hundreds of Swifties came yesterday to buy merch and get ready for this weekend concerts. People from all over the country came for the opening of the second U.S. leg of the Eras Tour. Where are you guys coming from?
Rhode Island. We're coming from Colorado.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Virginia! Richmond, Virginia.
And even from other countries.
Ontario, Canada.
With fans waiting more than 2 hours in line to be the first ones to get their hands on an impressive selection of merchandise, including exclusive tour apparel and collectible items. The excitement there was palpable as they prepared for this weekend's concerts.
I feel like it'd be better to come today so then we can skip the lines tomorrow and enjoy the concert more, so we just hopped on today.
Lots of them fought hard to secure tickets, demonstrating their unwavering dedication as they navigated the challenges of high demand and limited availability.
We all had
had our computers lined up and everything. All had codes. It was war.
Many of these passionate fans were incredibly excited as this event meant a lot to them.
I'm gonna be like crying a lot. I'm so excited.
Not only for the Swifties, but also for parents accompanying their children.
Like something fun to bond with my daughter. My daughter's the one that's going with me, so just something fun. Just something mommy and daughter thing.
And this also included those Kelseys making the line with their tailors.
I'm here for moral support, so whatever she wants.
And at the end, we were curious at what their favorite era were.
Reputation. Ooh, Reputation for sure.
I think the Tortured Poets department right now.
Tortured Poets department.
So what's your favorite era of Taylor Swift?
Red. Debut, Red, and TTPD, Reputation. Lover. I love Lover, yeah.
This weekend promises to be an unforgettable celebration of music and community.
Now, guys, it is good to know some roads will be closed due to the concert, such as Northwest 199th Street and the Florida Turnpike 2X ramp and the exit. Reporting live from Miami Gardens, I'm Alejandro Marquina, Caplin News.
From court to campus, a well-known judge visits our students. Caplin News reporter David Lascano has more on Judge Elizabeth Scherer's visit to FIU Law School.
The judge who presided over the Parkland school shooting trial made an appearance at FIU in the College of Law building. Former Judge Elizabeth Scherer shared with me her thoughts about this unforgettable case that influenced many changes for death penalty laws in Florida.
Versus Nicholas Cruz.
The former Parkland Judge Elizabeth Scherer spoke to students and teachers at the FIU Rafael Diaz-Balart Law Building about the challenges that she faced during the 2018 trial with a huge amount of media coverage and the pressure that she felt due to the severity of the events.
It was obvious that he wanted notoriety and he wanted the attention on him and he wanted the cameras to be there. So I tried to just handle it like I would any other case.
On October 13th of 2022, the final verdict for Nicholas Cruz's case, the shooter of the 2018 Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School massacre, resulted in a sentence of life without parole, a decision that many families of the victims did not agree with.
I think for the most part the families were extremely disappointed. They felt that the jury reached the wrong verdict.
The Parkland shooting case pushed for many changes in Florida law, from gun control reforms to a Senate bill signed by Ron DeSantis in 2023, reducing the number of jurors needed to administer capital punishment from a unanimous to a supermajority of 8 out of 12. Scherer shared her personal experience working within the judicial system and emphasized how crucial it is to balance justice with compassion. She raised important questions about the fairness of death penalty cases and the need for a rigorous deliberation.
You have to be empathetic towards people, towards victims, even towards defendants sometimes, but you can't let that affect the decisions that you make.
The massacre that destroyed 17 families back in 2018 is a historical tragedy that has shaken the grounds of Florida law. Former Judge Elizabeth Scherer believes that judges need more training and education before facing a death penalty case. She said that judges are only required to take a 40-hour death penalty course before being eligible for a death penalty trial, a requirement that she found ridiculous. Reporting for Caplin News, I'm David Lascano.
The man accused of an assassination attempt on former President Trump in West Palm Beach asked the judge overseeing the case to recuse herself. Earlier, Judge Eileen Cannon dismissed Trump's classified documents case. Ryan Wesley, Ruth's attorneys, argue that Cannon could be biased. Last month, Ruth was accused of hiding with a rifle at Trump's golf course. He is pleading not guilty.
Students have installed a shaded parking area on their school's campus to offer relief from the heat for police officers. This school is in Phoenix, Arizona, so you already know it's pretty warm. During the summer heat wave, a parent noticed police officers in the area searching for shade at a nearby intersection while on patrol. With that, the students of the Valley Lutheran High worked together to find a solution.
It makes me feel just blessed that they have a place to come, that they can just relax, that they can get away from the craziness of the world.
To thank these officers for all they do, the school established a designated parking space for the shade for them to stay cool in.
Universal Orlando officially announces the opening date for its new theme park, Epic Universe. It is slated to open May 22nd, 2025, and will be the biggest of the resort's 3 parks. Epic Universe will consist of 5 different worlds, as well as an additional 500-room hotel that will open on the same day. Multi-day tickets and advanced hotel reservations will be available on October 22nd.
That actually seems pretty exciting, especially with the way you read it. Now I kind of want to go there, but there's no surprise a game featuring the Florida Panthers comes down to the wire.
And that's still ahead, and so is this story.
more like jail instead of a homeless shelter, you know? It's more like jail, you know, to me, from being incarcerated, it's just like going back to jail.
Unemployment in South Florida isn't always directly connected to homelessness. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
And banding together.
we should still make an effort
We should still make an effort.
to get to know each other.
On a deeper level. Father.
Cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward. Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
A silent crisis roams through our local streets. The homeless population in South Florida faces increasing challenges like high rent costs and inadequate support systems.
Caplin News' Dijer Straughter has more on the story.
Today, we're shining a light on the working homeless, individuals and families caught in a cycle of financial instability, often just one emergency away from losing everything. Their stories reveal the harsh reality of living paycheck to paycheck, challenging our perceptions of poverty in our communities.
Took a job down here and got stranded. Wound up getting hit by an 18-wheeler on 11th and 1st Avenue. Got a lawyer and everything, so it's just still, it's a situation, a struggle, but nevertheless, that rendered me homeless.
According to the Miami Herald, Miami-Dade County is home to about 3,800 homeless people. 1,000 of them are unsheltered.
And the basic pattern that I find is that most people have tried shelters before, but they had a negative experience, and that can be, you talk to people on the streets who've tried shelters, and the first thing they'll say is, yeah, I went to a shelter, I got sick. People say that they're dirty, that they have things are stolen from them, that there's problems with staff.
It's more like jail instead of a homeless shelter, you know? It's more like jail, you know, to me, from being incarcerated, it's just like going back to jail.
The working homeless reminds us that poverty is a matter of circumstance, not character. It's up to all of us to foster empathy and create change. This is Deja Straughter for Caplin News.
The Florida Panthers fall to their second Canadian team this season, this time at home against the Vancouver Canucks. The Cardiac Cats are known for their ability to come back late in the game. That was not the case last night, however. Despite Anton Lundell and Jesper Bakovic scoring in the first two periods and Sergei Bobrovsky making 30 saves, it was the Canucks' JT Miller who sealed the Panthers' fate with an overtime goal. The final score was Vancouver 3, Panthers 2. The Cats will stay at home to host the Las Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow at 6 p.m. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
could really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes?
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panthertech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Dylan Pizzay.
I'm Benjamin Cure. It's Field Trip Friday here at Caplin News, and today's audience is from Somerset Academy. We thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed your stay. To get more news anytime, you can go to caplinnews.fiu.edu.